Yep, welcome back. I know you're thinking, wait a minute, she looks familiar. As in, yeah. That's because we're continuing from last Sunday. We're having a conversation with Fille, and it's the first time I was having a chat with her, and I'm still having that chat with her today. Remember, you can follow us on social media. On Facebook, it is The Chatroom UG. And if you're on Twitter, our handle is NBS Chatroom. And for me, if you're on Facebook, it is Nalongo Caritas. And if you are on Instagram, it is Caritas Karisimbi. Twitter, my handle is Caritas Karisimbi. Now, though, we continue this conversation. Fille, because I've been with her already, I'm not going to continue. I say, how are you? No. She went, washed her hands. I went, washed mine. We're back. Okay, so we were talking about your career, but now we moved away from the career. You've had a baby. How does this change? How does life then change from there? What happens there on? Were you ready? How ready were you for the baby? Or
I would say literally from the time that I started seeing to the time that I got pregnant, most things happened without me really thinking about them and planning them. Yes, so I got
so
pregnant,
you're pregnant, you give birth.
I gave birth, and then motherhood happens.
So then how were you now then thinking about the effects it would have on your career, or did it have any?
Yes, at that point my career was booming. I now was solid. I knew this is my full-time job, and I was giving it 100%, and so I became a mother. I didn't even get time to go off and enjoy motherhood, because I remember I started working 2 weeks right after I gave birth.
Wow.
Yes, 2 weeks after.
Was it a normal delivery?
Yes, it was.
And you went back?
Yes.
Wow.
Because
wow. Okay.
People had paid me their monies, and I had to, show up. And so motherhood did not treat me good in the first stages, because I went through postpartum stress. I got depressed.
Postnatal depression is real.
Yes,
very true.
I got depressed, and also I was depressed with how everything was gradual. I put on weight, so much weight. I didn't know how to manage my weight. I didn't know how to
dress a new mother.
And then I felt like I wasn't ready to face the public, but also my job was calling me every other second.
Yeah.
So there was Katogo there.
Yeah.
Yes, there was Katogo, and then also media was bashing me. So I was like everything was just hitting.
She used the proper Kinyarwanda word of when things are too much.
Yes, like things were hitting me, but I grew strong out of it. I grew strong. I learned my lessons. I embraced motherhood, and with the help of my mother. Thank you so much, Mama. Thank you so much. My mother was there through it all. Yeah, she told me we are fighting this battle together. Yes.
Oh.
And I'm grateful for that. So my mother's shoulder saw me through the hard times. Yeah. And before I knew it, I was adjusting back into the business and, rolling.
Okay. So we're going to change the tone a little bit, because now where we're going to go, of course, we're going to go through the journeys of what I read, what I saw, what I heard, what is out there, and combine it with whatever it is you let us in on. And okay, so we continue there. I don't know how much further that was to the time when I had the first story that actually, I think for me that was the first. I think it was the first story about you guys that caught my eye, because I thought to myself, how is that even possible? When they wrote about you beating him. I think you were outside Rush or something. Violence. Originally they had said he had hit you, but then somebody else said, no, Fille hit him. So I don't know what was the story in that. What was going on? What phase was that? How far away was that after you had given birth?
That was my baby was about 8 months.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, and I had broken off from cats because there was there was disrespect, infidelity. There was a lot of chaos. There's a lot of chaos, and we were at a point where it was bad.
It was toxic.
Yes, it was toxic and bad, and I've never hit cats. I've said this over and over again. I've never hit him. He knows, and I will never explain that. He knows what happens to him. I keep telling everybody that asks me about that. I'm like, one time he will come and tell you the truth, but I never hit him. Because in this case, I was the one who was offended and disrespected and hurt. And whatever happened, I don't know why he chose to say that I hit him. And
well, I can't say if he's the one who said it, though.
He did.
He said it? Okay, I read it I read it on the tabloids.
He posted and said, all this is because of fear, and people assumed that I beat him. But
how much had the relationship changed? Because, of course, you were all facing different different. You are a new mom. There's the music industry. I mean, your music career rather. And then, of course, you're a young, beautiful girl in the public eye. Of course, there's so many different pressures from different sides of it. So, how did all these things play in your relationship? Because there you say that you had already broken up. What was the problem? What caused it? Is it like I was saying, your career, or what happened?
Like I told you, there was so many lies. When I went to give birth, I went to my mother's. And then that's when I started seeing the true colors of this person. And I'm not the type that goes out there to say things.
I know that.
Yes, nze mfana ekintu kyange oba sina kufa nakyo tekibakwatako, especially in my lifestyle. Tekibakwatako because everybody goes through it. But the disrespect, the whatever he did was all rubbed in my face, and I chose to walk away.
Immature about it.
I'm bigger than you are. Uganda. Uganda njagala njogere ekintu kimu. Bano balowooza balina amaanyi. Nze oyo omuyimbi natandika talina kyalina.
I chose to walk away, and I don't know how he received it. I don't know why he overreacted the way he did. He took it to social media, and social media blew it out of proportion.
And all the while you kept quiet. That's very respectful of you. Okay, so was that it? Did you guys get back together for the child?
It's so funny. Things changed from then, and up to today, people think what they want to think, because cats will wake up in the morning and be like, "I've broken up with Fille." Then the next morning you'll be like, "We are back together." Then the next morning you'll be like, "I hate her." Then the next morning is like, but I kept constant. Things changed from then on, because you cannot disrespect me. You cannot do things that I won't even say here on camera and expect things to stay the same. things
Do you think he
changed.
was battling? Do you think he was battling his own demons? You know, everyone. Omuntu olumu bera omuntu neno gamumanyi. Sanga naye nebimutawanya.
Ayina ebimutawanya but fena tulina ebitutawanya, so to disrespecting a mukyala. Kitegedde, to disrespecting a mukyala te on top of that nomuwayiriza mbu yakukuba.
Because when I had it, I thought, okay, she doesn't look like one. I beat her, but yeah. But anyway, that's why I like to have these conversations, because many a time I have also been misconceived. Many people read whatever and conceive, take whatever they take. Okay, so we move on, and of course, a lot happened in your career. But then, rather, a lot had been said, a lot went on. But where your career was concerned, what happened then? If you say you moved on and broke off from him, what did that mean for your career?
I decided to break off from him as a person, but because the career had to continue, I nemulekera echo. I left him to be the manager that he wanted to be.
Was that easy?
It wasn't.
Because I'm imagining drawing the line.
Yes, it wasn't, because we were mixing business and pleasure.
That's why I asked in the beginning.
And
how
it's very dangerous.
Quite...
I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Please, anybody out there, don't mix business and pleasure. And it so happened that actually it got worse. We got into fights more, because he will tell you something and you're like, but no, we are not. I'm not speaking as Fille, the mother to your child. I'm speaking as Fille, the artist. Yeah.
Your talent.
And he wouldn't get it, because for him he has this thing.
I discovered you.
You understand? Yeah. He's always had that thing, and he even used it to belittle me most times. He would be like, I made you, you can't go nowhere, you can't be anything, you can't be anybody. And I started believing it. So
I was just going to ask how you felt about that. What was your reaction? You started believing those words?
I started believing me.
Up to now?
No.
Okay.
I'm now I'm different. Okay,
so what happened then with career? You still continued without him? You're still...
Around that time, right after giving birth, najimulekera career, but he misused it.
Okay.
Because he would post things carelessly. He didn't know how to manage his emotions. Not that I'm perfect.
I know.
But he just didn't know how to tuck it in, like deal with it as a man. He would take it to social media, and we all know social media is not the solution. And once you start believing in social media and people you don't know, it is the beginning of your downfall.
How is motherhood?
Motherhood was then hard because I didn't grow up with a father. My dad died when I was 2 weeks old. Okay. So I always wanted my daughter to have a father. I always wanted my daughter to see the father. But it was hard because it got to a point where it wasn't even safe anymore.
For him to see the child.
It wasn't safe because, I mean, it doesn't make sense getting around somebody and they get violent and forgetting that there's a child in between, you know. Yeah. So motherhood got hard, but I got harder.
As a mother, you learn to tuck it in, suck up. That's what they say. Okay. So and then how then you balance? Because I mean, what normally breaks my heart is when children are caught in between. That's the one thing that I am always against, and I'll always want to talk against. How did you balance that? How did you have you're raising a daughter? How did you strike the balance for her? A father who's not 100% there because of different struggles, and then a young lady who's also growing up as well, discovering life and the industry and all that. How did you strike the balance? How did you, of course, with the support of your mom and whatever the community, like we call them, the village. How did you? What strategy did you put in place for you to manage?
Me as a person, nabijamo feelings. Nabijamo feelings. Nengamba, whatever it is, Abby deserves to see and know and grow with a dad. So we drew a line, you know. Only that, of course, Katz did not respect it, because I told him, look here, we can now raise our daughter without, you know, a lot of noise and chaos. You can always come around and pick the child, have her, and then bring her back to me, you know. And he would manage to do it in like a week's time, and then after a week he causes Rachi tomba mwana vichi, then take it to social media. And that social media bit was it's what makes me angry. I mean, nze wembangu woman siteka ku social media ngo you've done this to me, because I didn't even go to social media to tell them they've done this to me, they've done this to me. At the end of the day, if you look at the entire record, you realize that it's Katz who keeps speaking and I never speak.
And that's why even our conversation in the chat room is featuring him a lot more, because somehow everything kind of revolved around him. It makes it seem like that's how everything is going. But anyway, we're still talking about your career. We're still talking about the success of your career. You're spreading wings. You've had good hits. You've had very amazing hits. And you continue to raise your daughter. But amidst all that, we can't forget him, the father of your daughter. And we're going to talk about a few things that came of recent that really broke and that had me picking my phone so many times to try and call you. But I thought to myself, wrong time, let the dust settle, you'll call her. And I'm glad we're here. We're probably going to have that conversation in just a bit. But remember, you're still watching the chat room, and my hair is from Caritas Hair Garage. I know we're locked down for COVID, because of COVID, but when we come back and when they lift the lockdown, we're going to be ready for you. Very sanitized environment, and we've got some thermometers ready for you. When the time is right, we'll let you know. We're coming back with this conversation. We're still having a conversation with Fille, and girl, I'm sorry, but most of your conversation, most of this, we're going to be featuring a lot of based on things that, you know, that have been said, or things, perceptions that people had. It's not like I'm trying to validate, but then, yeah. After that, of course, there was this struggle. Was it last year, but when Valentine's time, what was that? They proposed to you? Were you guys married at some point? Because I saw a picture, I saw an article around, I think you were performing somewhere and there was a fracas around there. Was he trying to come back to you? Because when I had my chat with him, when I had him on the chat room, it felt like he still really does love you. Felt like he still really did love you at that point of the chat room, which was last year. So going back to that time, because now that is really after you have broken off, because I think they had written something like that, and then there was the Facebook thing when he came on stage. What was happening during that time? Or were you still managing together? Where were you guys at that point?
You know, I will tell you this, Katz surprises me just like he surprises you people. Because one time I'm on stage and he steps on stage and he's like, I'm sorry for everything I've done. I'm like, why didn't you say that when we are away from
the whole the
this
media?
Is a job. Don't come and kneel down and start saying you're sorry, because just the other day you came and pulled a mic from me. Then the other day you made a nuisance of yourself. So it ceased to affect me. I was like, are you doing this for showbiz? Because when you're back at home, you never say sorry. It is something else.
And what was your mom saying? Did she know of all this?
Mom has been frustrated for some good years. Because she
Frustrated
just
by
felt
your
like
choice.
I deserve better.
Okay.
I deserve better. And I'm not here to bash him or start saying
No, we're not.
things. Yes,
No.
yes, start saying things. But sometimes you just... I've had enough. I've had enough of... covering up. He will come and say, oh, Fille, I love you, but right before he said he loves me, he has done something outrageous. Yeah. So
It's a struggle. Okay, now I just took what you just did there right now, and I wanted to ask you the same question that I asked him. Do you still love him? Not as the father of your child, but put that out, called respect him. But do you still love him?
No.
Like if he came back, because I feel like he still wants to have you. I don't know
I
whether...
gave him chances. It's not something that has happened overnight, Caritas. This has been 7 years.
Okay.
You people have seen me. And it's not like men don't want me. They do so much. But I was hoping that this person would change, because for me, loyalty is above everything. Because that is why you haven't had Fille get a new manager, and he got artists. You know, he got artists. And I'm a woman at home that is battling things, but on stage I have to be the artist that makes people happy. You understand? So if we started this together, twatoba fembi, twalinya kuboda fembi, lwaki onswaza?
What has changed? That's why I kept asking, even up to now, do you feel he has struggles and battles in himself, that he's fighting demons that need a village to help?
Everyone has demons.
No, I mean, you know, yeah, everybody does. Everybody does, Fille. Everybody does. You have yours, I got mine, everybody goes theirs. But then you see, they're all different. There are times where you need to, like, literally reach out into someone's soul and say, look, we're going to help you fix this. What is going on? Do you feel like there's something going on? Prior to this recent time, which we're going to go into, before that, what was his struggle? I mean, what was hard for him? What do you think contributed to that change? I mean, in personality, in himself.
I've had a chance to live with him. It's his upbringing. He has a bisag. He has wounds. He has his resentments. He has his anger, you know.
It's anger carried forward.
Yes, that he needed to work out. Look here, we have gone through something. All of us have gone through something that hurts, that hits, you know. But get up, forgive those that hurt you, so that you're able to love those that come before you. Yeah. You understand? So just because he didn't forgive himself for the people that hurt him, there was never a way he was going to love me right. Yes. So I got the beating, I got the frustrations of what was done to him, and I didn't deserve it.
Now I get it. Okay, so then I wanted us to just then move forward then to his breaking point, which was the recent one when he went to the UK. And all I could think, because when I had the conversation with him, he made it seem that he was in your daughter's life a lot, and he wanted to be in there. I respected him, the way he spoke about you, about his child, about, you know, I felt like he wants to be a good father. He wants to be a present father, but maybe doesn't know how. Or I felt like he wants to be a present lover, but he's probably lost. I don't know. And then, of course, that story broke of him in the UK in hospital and all that. When you heard of that story, what went through your mind? He's the father of your child, even if the relationship may be struggling, but